The most powerful recipes are inherited. They are handed down across generations, carrying the exact memories of the people who first stirred the pot. Walk up to this glowing pink trailer in a Texas truck park at dusk, and you'll find a crowd. This is Gogi time. Bowls of fire-red spicy pork, thinly sliced ribeye bulgogi, and towering sauce-drenched fries. It is loud, unapologetic Korean barbecue street food. The real draw of this operation stands right behind the grill. Meet the founders, Joe, who goes by Pepo, and Susan. Look closely at their menu, and a question emerges. How exactly do deeply traditional Korean staples end up cooking right alongside Tex-Mex classics? To understand what makes these flavors work, we have to look past the bright pink exterior and trace two completely separate family bloodlines. Long before Gogi time existed, a young Pepo learned his way around a kitchen by watching his grandfather. They cooked to see thousands of parishioners and military personnel at the historic San Antonio mission. Picture massive outdoor grills loaded with top sirloin and chicken, huge vats of beans made entirely from scratch, served up alongside hundreds of loaves of traditional French bread. When you cook at that kind of volume, the act of making a meal becomes a literal act of service, a way to care for a community. Pepo carried that exact philosophy into adulthood, catering massive weddings, local graduations, and leading fundraisers for the Knights of Columbus. A kitchen, in his eyes, is an engine designed to gather people together and keep them full. Halfway across the world, and in a completely different culinary universe, Susan grew up in a large family where food was treated with a different kind of reverence. Her childhood revolved around a busy family business dedicated to serving traditional Korean dishes. In those traditional dining rooms, she learned her mother's heritage firsthand, preparing authentic Korean barbecue, spicy noodles, and golden-fried mandu dumplings. These recipes were guarded and passed down with strict precision. Every year, her family would prepare these specific dishes to honor and protect her mother's heritage. Where Pepo's culinary education was about feeding as many people as possible, Susan's was about executing specific techniques to keep a culture intact. To her, a recipe is a vessel. It is the clearest way to preserve identity and memory across time. When Pepo and Susan met and married, those two distinct timelines collided. They quickly realized that despite different backgrounds, they shared the exact same drive to feed people. The Gogi time menu is the physical blueprint of that marriage. It is the exact result of Korean street food meeting Texas grill culture. You see it in their signature galbi rib bowl, featuring bone-in short beef ribs marinated in a sweet and savory sauce, served over steamed rice. Look at the loaded fries, where a classic American side dish gets buried under melted cheese, fermented kimchi, and heavy drizzles of spicy mayo. Consider the Gogi tacos. They wrap spiced Korean beef in a traditional corn tortilla, dipped in savory au jus, and grill it flat with cheese. And because Pepo can never turn off his instinct to feed the neighborhood, they still fire up traditional Mexican favorites, like chili verde and fajitas. The loud, glowing neon aesthetic of the truck acts as a deliberate celebration of this joyful. Producing these complex, layered flavors requires intense physical labor inside the mobile kitchen's high-heat environment. The ribs hit the flaming grill continuously to keep up with the line outside. This menu shows how these two specific lineages, the Texas mission and the Korean family table, now exist in the same bowl. It's a new tradition built from the strengths of both. The success of the Gogi time truck connects directly back to the ethos Joe learned from his grandfather, the hard work of feeding a diverse community. And the daily, meticulous preparation required to serve today's fast-paced consumer is rooted exactly in Susan's mother's dedication to authentic, uncompromising recipes. The years of labor have brought these separate histories together, moving the business from a startup concept to a recurring fixture at the local truck park. Behind the glowing signs and the long lines are the human faces driving the brand, Joe and Susan. Their partnership formed a hospitality company they appropriately named Cravings and Such. Neon lights and a clever fusion menu will draw a crowd for a night. But the combined legacy of two families working the grill together is what sustains a business for a lifetime.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Have a great day.